Okay, so I figured out the time trade issue. Um, Originally, there was a time trade between Heather and David Contreras, which was originally here. It had David Contreras trading with Heather Churchwell, and it even had the time trade little red box here. Um, but Rich had called out sick for 4 hours, so I moved Heather over here, and I needed her to be over here because over on this side to be an officer for 4 hours. And it wasn't letting me put it through, so I tried deleting one part of her trade, just on her name, and it deleted the whole trade. So of course, I went back to the time trade request. I found it. It's still there for 24 hours. It never got deleted. So this section here, the time trade request, that's the area we cannot delete. If we delete it here, it's going to delete it here and it's going to delete it down here, but it won't delete it over in this area here, which is what Chief Nadler wants to keep as record. So I'll show you that in a second, but this is what I did. So since Heather is doing a time trade with David, I had to redo David's time trade basically by putting him on off-duty time trade and put some notes in on what exactly the time trade was for. Then I had to come over here and put Heather as on-duty time trade with David for 24 hours. Now, technically, David is getting paid on the time trade. He's getting paid for that 24 hours. Heather is not getting paid for that 24 hours. But I need Heather as an officer for 4 hours. Well, she needs to get working out of class for those 4 hours. So I moved her up to here, made another slot for her to be officer for 4 hours working out of class. So she's really not getting paid for that shift, but she's going to get the working out of class pay for 4 hours. And the time trade is still legit with David and Heather for 24 hours. So David's still getting his 24 hours when he's off duty. Heather's not getting 24 hours when she's on duty, but she is getting 4 hours of working out of class. And just by wanting to make sure, you go back to the home, and then you go to, it's going to come up with the CrewSense Pro where you count all the hours. So go to tomorrow. It says Heather Churchwell working out of class, 8 to 12, 4 hours. Heather Churchwell on duty time trade, 8 to 8, 24 hours. David Contreras off 8 to 8, 24 hours on the time trade. So everything works out perfectly on that part. Now, to make sure everything is here, the trade was initially put on the 22nd of January. So you go view trade request. And I believe it was number 2. And you go for 114, 10, 120. Nope, that's not it. David, there it is. 122. So 122 was the original date right here. So you look at this swap right here. Go to, don't hit this button. Don't hit this button. This is the one that I was talking about. This is records. Click the history button. So David initiated the trade. Heather accepted the trade. I approved the trade, and it went on the scheduler. So that's your record for the trade request. Even if it got deleted from the scheduler, it did not get deleted from here. If you click that button, then it officially gets deleted. So don't hit that.